In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to set up the Conversions API on your WordPress website. I guarantee it's the simplest solution you've ever used and doesn't require Google Tags Manager or a developer. It works on any WordPress website, any theme, and it's literally just a point-and-click solution that provides you with the full Conversions API set up on your WordPress website, which lets you track any form, button, or interaction on your website all the way back to a Facebook ad. It also comes with a couple of really useful features like event logs, so you can see exactly what was tracked on your website and sent to Facebook, and a real-time event monitor so you can double check your setup and make sure that everything is working properly. Let's dive in. Nowadays, just using the Facebook pixel on your website is not enough. Up to 40% of your data being sent back to Facebook is being blocked by ad blockers and iOS privacy settings. So your Facebook numbers don't really match what's happening on your website, and Facebook can't properly optimize who it's showing your ads to, which makes your ads more expensive than they need to be. That's why you need to use the Conversions API, but if you've ever looked up setup guides or watched other videos, you've probably seen that it can be pretty complex or expensive if you're trying to use developers. PixelFlow is a different approach entirely. You install one script on your WordPress website, it takes about 2 minutes, and then you use the visual tagger to set up tracking by literally just pointing and clicking at elements on your website. I'll show you the visual tagger so you can see exactly how it looks and how it works, and then we'll dive into the setup. So the visual tagger is a floating widget that just sits on top of your WordPress website or any website and lets you select any element on your site and track it to trigger an element to Facebook. So as you can see, I've selected when should a trigger fire when the element is clicked. So I can select any element on this WordPress website, anywhere on the page, and I can then choose which event to trigger to meta. So start your adventure, and then I could make that be a, let's say, view content, save trigger. So now anytime somebody clicks that button, it's going to start a view content event to meta. Additionally, I have the event monitor down here. So if I click this, you can see it's now created a view content event. So I can tell that my setup is done correctly. So let's dive into the actual setup from start to finish. It's super quick and easy. It takes only a couple of minutes and you're all set up. So to set up PixelFlow, create an account, and once you're logged in, you can see it asks you to choose your platform. So in this case, I'm going to choose WordPress, and it asks me if I use WooCommerce. So I'll select no for this one, but there's also an option for WooCommerce, and that's even more simple. That's just you install the plugin and it synchronizes everything. So for WordPress, we'll select no, we're not using WooCommerce. Type in our website URL and click on next. You can leave the currency as is. This is if you're selling products on your website. If you're not selling any products, you can just skip on to the next step. Now I'm asked to either log in with Facebook or enter my pixel details manually. If I select log in with Facebook, it lets me log in with my account on Facebook and select my business portfolio. Some people don't have a business portfolio, so if you don't have one in Facebook, you can just click on enter your pixel details manually. Once you do this, it asks you just to put in your pixel name, ID, and a token. So this is actually super simple. I'll show you how this is done. For pixel name, you can give it any name. This is just for reference, so I'll call it my pixel. Pixel ID, we get this from Events Manager. So this is my pixel in Events Manager. I click on copy dataset ID, put it in there, and that's that one. The Conversions API access token sounds complex. All you do is in your dataset, select the dataset you want, click on settings, scroll down to Conversions API section, and you'll see it says set up direct integration. And there's an option here, generate access token. So once we click generate access token, copy the token that's there and we'll paste it into PixelFlow. And paste and click on next. Now to install the script, we just copy here, this script, go to our WordPress dashboard, and in the plugins, click on add plugin and search for WP code. So you can see here, the first one that shows up is WP code, insert headers and footers. Once you install and activate that, you'll get to this section here, which lets you add any code snippet to anywhere on your website. If you click on add new, add your custom code, HTML snippet, and paste it in there. All we need to do is make sure that it says site-wide header here, and auto insert, and just give it a name. Let's call it PixelFlow. Turn it on to active and save snippet. Now, once we've done that, click on next, and it's testing our setup. Go to the website, interact with a couple of pages, just to trigger some page view events, and go back to the PixelFlow dashboard, and there we go. Now we're tracking page view events automatically. We want to track more events. So that's full Conversions API setup for page view events on WordPress websites. The next thing we want to do is track more types of events. So if I select track more events and select via visual tagger, this is what's going to bring up the visual tagger widget on my website. And I can see it here. So what do I want to track? Let's say I want to track when people contact me. I can scroll down here, select something to track, and I want to track this send application button. So it's detected that this is a form. It's tracking the user's name, first name, last name, and email address, and it's going to trigger a contact event once this button is clicked. So let's save trigger. It's going to confirm all the information that we're tracking and click on confirm. Now that's live. So straight away, that's done. If I want to verify that this is set up properly, I can enable this little widget down here, which is the event monitor. So this lets me just trigger any event on my website and make sure it's set up properly and it's tracking all of the relevant information to send to Facebook. So let's fill in the form and see what happens. Select anything, and send application. So we should see a contact event going through here. And there's the contact event. When I click into it, you can see all of this information has been captured, and that has been sent to Meta, to my Pixel via the Conversions API. So that is the simplest way to set up server-side tracking for the Conversions API on any WordPress website. It works on any platform, but this is specific to WordPress. And we can also take a look at the events log next to see in detail all the events that are tracked on your website. So it's not just a black box, you can see everything that's actually happening in the background too. So let's go back to the PixelFlow dashboard. If I go into my events page here, now I can see these are all my detailed events that are happening. Here's the pages that they're happening on, and here's the contact event that's just been triggered and tracked, and you can see it says sent, so it's been sent to Facebook. When I click on view, it then gives me a full breakdown of all the information that's been sent to Meta. It lets me see the advanced information. So this is the JSON payload. That's like the technical breakdown of what was actually sent to Meta. And it also shows me the traffic source. So for this one, it was organic because I just went there naturally. If I had clicked through from a Facebook ad, I would see traffic source Facebook, and it would also tell me the campaign name, the ad set name, and the ad. So now you'll be able to see the exact ad that somebody has come from to trigger an event on your website. And you know that you're sending all of this useful information to Facebook so that they can find the user in the Facebook platform and find more users like them. This results in lower ad costs, more accurate reporting in your Facebook Ads Manager because the numbers actually match what's happening on your website compared to just using the Facebook pixel where a lot of the information is lost. And you actually have more accurate analytics now to go from to see where different events are being triggered on your website, where the user is coming from, and you have a real source of truth of the actual real numbers. So as you can see, that's the easiest way that you can actually set up the Conversions API on any WordPress website. If you've watched any other tutorials, you'll see that sometimes they can be complex, sometimes they can be expensive, they're a bit of a black box, you don't really know what they're tracking. This gives you simple point and click setup, as well as full event logging so you can see what was tracked, when it was sent to Meta, all of the additional information that was also collected. PixelFlow also works with WooCommerce. We have a simple plugin that you can just install and it'll automatically synchronize your WooCommerce store to the Facebook Conversions API. And it works with every other platform, including Webflow, Framer, Squarespace, and any HTML website, basically. You can sign up for a free trial for PixelFlow so you can try it with no risk and see exactly how it works yourself. But as you can see, super simple to set up and really quick and easy to get started and sending more information to Facebook. So you're getting better quality data going into your Facebook ads, resulting in lower ad costs and better returns overall.